So I got everything unloaded. I cleared off 2 shelves. Fit well. These 2 yellow ones are kind of oddball size, and I ran out of room on stacking. Couldn't stack anymore. So the 2 yellow ones, which have good solid dividers, are sideways in there. They'll be just fine like that. And they're marked on the ends, you know, where I can still read them. So we've got bearings and reducers and chain rollers. So I kind of quickly tried to sort and get them kind of categorized, I guess. But I need to go back and kind of look at everything and redo it. But for right now, I just needed to get them put away. So starting off, we've got all of our wood screws. What I would like to do is probably move these wood screws up, slide all the bolts down here, because we've got I had too many bolts. I have a thing right here. I'd like to get them all on the same level and get them separated into fine thread, coarse thread, and metric, because they're not right now. And then probably put the machine screws next to the bolts, and then have everything else on the top row. I think I can get all that stuff on just the bottom row. Yeah. And then on the top row we'll have all of our screws and nuts and stuff like that. So, but for now it's going to stay like this. So we've got all of our screws, then another thing of screws, then we start our nuts, our fasteners, then we start all of our bolts, and they're just kind of assorted, row there, a row there, a row here, then nylon screws, then we've got these studs. I think these were nylon also. Maybe we'll drop this down, put those up. Then metric screws, then just panhead screws, thread cutting screws, and axle bolts. Then kind of we got those wood fasteners, then washers. That one below it that's not labeled as washers, those are large washers. I need to get a Sharpie out here and I'll just label them. Large washers. Set screws, sheet metal screws. I need to move that one over, I guess. Socketed screws, and then these little push fasteners, and then kind of all of our other miscellaneous stuff. Got those rivets, clevis pins, tension pins, woodruff keys, hitch pins, retaining rings, and keys. So I think that's good enough for now. We're going to kind of reorganize it at some point. I've also got kind of assortment of pins and key pins, and just like the little Harbor Freight assortment boxes. I'll probably get over here eventually. I might go ahead and just clear off this top row. You know, it's kind of just junk, most of it. Clear off the top row and, you know, start stacking some of that stuff as well. But for now, I picked this spot, try to put the heavy stuff on the bottom because it's supported by that, and then there's this board in here that supports the this shelf. So this seemed like a good solid place to put these. I'll try to put all the heavy stuff on the bottom, like I said. So that's it for now. I've got the Berrymans down here, and then I've got the grease put away. I've got a file cabinet that I've got stuff stored in, and then the top drawer I keep grease and stuff like that. So got that stored away. So that is it. Good assortment of bolts and fasteners and screws and nuts and pins and keys and all kinds of stuff. That should help out a lot. And I've got some good storage bins. Of course, this kind of stuff you wouldn't want to put in bins, you know, they're great like they are. But I was gonna move one of those bins into the shop. It's kind of just like a tall shelf, and it's got, you know, just bin after bin after bin of storage. And I was gonna move that in here and start building up my bolt supply, you know, label each bin, you know, whatever, and put stuff in it. And I kind of started I'll show you this other bin I've got here. And here's the file cabinet. It's got the grease in it. So I just put those in there. So we got this little bin organizer, and it's been on the floor forever, and it's got a bunch of crap in it. But I started trying to putting stuff in there. It's definitely not organized, but this is just a cheap little Harbor Freight one. But I'll show you what I've got out in the barn that I need to move into here. That would be really good for organizing stuff. Those little things too. So we're here in the barn, and this is where we've got some cool stuff that I need to move in. Now, this stuff all came from a school auction probably 20 years ago. It's been out here since. We've got these drawers, which would be nice. 2 sets of those. And we've got that bin. That's the bin I was talking about. And there's some cabinets behind there, if you see the yellow cabinets. But this is that storage bin I was talking about to be perfect for just miscellaneous bolts, and just have a label each drawer. Y'all can't see very well. Let me turn the light on. That's a little better. See, these bins are they're pretty big. You can see. But they'd be perfect for just looks like they'd be perfect for a bird's nest, but they'd be perfect for bolt bins. And just, label each one, 1/2 inch, 3/8, 5/8, 1/4 inch, and put them in there. Maybe put the bolts and the nuts in the same bin. I don't know. Somehow just organize them and throw them in there. So I want to move that into the shop, and probably get rid of that Harbor Freight one or use it too. I don't know. But I've got a lot of storage type stuff stuff that's stored in the shop I need to sort through and get out, and then stuff that I'll never use, and to make room for stuff like this. And like I said, those would be handy as well. Label each one for something. Those would even make good little toolboxes, But this stuff I could actually, the way the shop's built, the walls, have beams going across the tin ties too. And those beams that go across for the tin are great shelves to put shelves on. And that's what we did out there. There was a school that was, they were tearing down, and those orange and white shelves, and these yellow and blue cabinets as well, but those orange and white shelves all came out of it was like a high school or something, all came out of there, and they were just going to trash them all. So that's what we set those on there, and then beefed up the beam that went across, and then the beam above it, we tied the shelves into that beam, so they wouldn't fall out. And so that's how we did all that. These, I haven't measured them, but they might be the perfect size to sit on that shelf, just to put put them under, sitting under the shelf. So hopefully we can find a spot to put these, because they would be handy in there as well. Two big drawers. I don't know. This was in a library maybe for card index. No, it's too big for a card index. I don't know what it was for. but it did come out of a school. Maybe a science lab or something. I don't know. And this is just a stack of plywood with some random stuff on top of it. That's the exhaust off my old S10 pickup. Stuff like that can go. That's been here 14 years, or 14, 18. I'm trying to think. About 18 years. That exhaust's been sitting right there. About 18 years. So it needs to go. So anyway, hopefully at some point we'll get this stuff moved into the shop, and I'll be able to take some time and just kind of organize and go through and clean out and get everything like it should be in there. It's quite a mess right now, and I need to do something about it. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.